See new talents. Yeah. I'm about to spit on this beat, so best believe I'm gonna be the king of this league. NJ is my city, I rep that proudly, even though haters flood this town. But still, I'm gonna be the one to walk out with this crown. Even though the people who make it don't have to pay me that's brown. So I run around and teach saying my dream.
Hi everyone and welcome to House of Carma. I'm your host, Carma Serrano, also known as I'm Your Carma. And thank you for tuning in. Today I have a wonderful show. It's going to be lit. I have so many wonderful, talented performers today. Sitting with me right now, I have
Lil Lex.
What?
Little Lex, and you are a
Rapper.
You're a rapper. And you're how old?
9 years old.
She's a 9-year-old rapper from the
Bronx.
okay, because you know you gotta clear stuff. Thank you so much, Little Lex, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I know you look a little bit nervous. You don't gotta be. It's okay. Little Lex, how long have you been performing?
I've been performing for 2 years.
2 years. So that means you were 7.
Yeah, I was 7.
You were 7 years old when you started rapping. So let me ask you a question. What inspired you to rap?
I was getting bullied at the age of 7. I was in 1st grade and nobody was paying attention to me. I was telling the teachers they didn't care. I was telling the after school counselors they didn't care.
You were telling who?
The after school counselors. And they didn't care about nothing I said.
Wow. You know, there's a lot of kids that are going through that right now, and they feel like they're not being heard. What advice would you give those kids that feel the way that you felt? Like, what would you tell them how they can get over being bullied, or how did you get over being bullied?
Well, I just made this song, and every time like I get bullied, I just sing it in my head, and it makes me feel comfortable whenever I'm getting bullied.
It makes you feel good about yourself, right?
Yeah.
You know, there are 2 types of people in this world, Little Lex. There's nice people, good people, and then there's bad people. We all have to decide what kind of people we want to be. You know, sometimes kids are bullies because at home they're not happy, or they might be getting abused, you know, and I'm not saying that it's okay to bully anybody, because it's not okay. But sometimes we gotta look deep inside and figure out what is the real issue. See, me, growing up, I was also bullied. I was an orphan, which means I didn't have any parents since I was 7, your age. And my thing was, I was always moving to different places. I was never in one spot long enough that I could make like childhood friends that I could say, oh yeah, I grew up with this person, you know. And for me, the hardest part was being the new girl in school. You're the new girl, you go to school, everybody already has their own friends that they grew up with, that they know. And when you're new, you know, you're shy, you don't know anybody. And so with me, I got bullied, you know. Even in life growing up, I got bullied because being a good person, a lot of people would take advantage of you. But you know what we do? We pray for them, and we kill them with kindness. Or, in your case, you kill them with success, right?
Yes.
That's how I feel with this show, you know. A lot of people probably didn't think that I was smart enough or worthy enough to have my own stuff. But as long as you work hard and you continue to keep fighting for what's right and being a spokesperson for all kids that are being bullied, because you go to different schools, right, to perform?
Yes.
How many schools can you say that you've been to all over the Bronx?
I've been to PS 120. I forgot the last number, but yeah.
But it's been like more than, I know it's been more than 10 because I always see your posters around. You're performing everywhere. You also perform with the 40 Precinct?
Yes.
That's awesome. So you do work with the community. You do work with the community and the police to help make our community better, right?
Yeah.
Because when you grow up, what do you want to be?
I want to be a dancer.
You want to be a dancer?
Yeah.
And you can be that. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't be. You can be whatever you want to be in life. You know what I like to say? I like to say that it's okay to dream, but it's more important to live your dream. Because everybody can have a dream, but when you're actually out there living it and doing what you love to do, nobody can take that away from you. There's no amount of money. There's no amount of friends. There's no amount of, of anything that anybody can tell you that's going to take that away from you because you know that you did it. Like, what you're doing right now, you're showing your bullies that they couldn't knock you down, right? I was told that you performed in front of the kid that was bullying you.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, and after school, we had an event, and they wanted me to perform because the people in after school actually seen me perform on social media. So they said that my song was good, so they wanted me to perform in front of people. And actually, the boy that was actually bullying me, he actually likes my song, and he said that he would never bully anyone again.
Wow. That's amazing. You see what you did? You did that. You showed him that how he was treating you wasn't making you feel right. And so for you writing that song and performing it, he didn't know that he was probably, or he probably didn't care that he was making a girl cry, which boys shouldn't do that, right? Anyway.
Yeah.
But, growing up, you're going to find people who are going to try to make fun of you. They're going to try to be mean to you. They're going to tell you, don't be friends with this person. But always follow your gut because God gives us those instincts so that we can know what's right and what's wrong. And if it doesn't feel right, then that means it's not right. But little Lex, I thank you so much for coming to the House of Carma. And after this commercial break, you can see little Lex perform right after this commercial break.
I'm waiting online to use a public telephone. I saw you over there, you were standing all alone, looking pretty as can be, fresh as a rose. I'm talking about your body, the way you fit your clothes. You're not too tall, I wouldn't say petite, but you're the lady in my dreams I always wanted to meet. And as I stopped to admire, you caught my eyes. You winked at me and I was so surprised. I forgot about the phone out with the ladies, straight in my Audi box, brought a brand new Mercedes. Driving down the boulevard we call Sunset, and that's where I met my girl Suzette. She got into the Benz with a couple of her friends. Went to a party, hung out with the movie stars. We all got nice, now we're coolin' at the bar. On our way home, we dropped off for friends. So me and Suzette can do the whopping in the Benz. Like, is it love or is it lust? Is it me or is it us? Who can it be, baby? Who can you trust? Thank you for your time, D. Chris, without the beats, things wouldn't be happening. AC, the Lady Magic is working, money. Ernestine, here's a kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I introduce to you Little Lex. Ria, can you please this is oh this one. He said do that. Is my mic on? Okay. This is why we lie. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I introduce to you Little Lex. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, wait a minute. How do you say it? Further ado? Further ado. Ladies and gentlemen, Little Lex.
Tell your parents you can't mess with me if you wanted to. Oh. Tell your parents you can't mess with me if you wanted to. Cause I model and I dance and I get good grades in school. After class, catch me in the lunchroom, dress me in my group. Drinking chocolate mocha, sharing snacks, cause we're really cool. Had a talent show in school, not the princess but the fair. I'ma give y'all time to laugh, cause I don't really care. With my brain and my smile, I can conquer anywhere. I'm Little Lex, I don't gotta flex, I'm not like the rest. Yeah, I know, you ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm the best. At the show, I'm the host, you ain't nothing but the guest. Every day's a fashion show, by the way that I be dressed. Tell your parents you can't mess with me if you wanted to. Cause I model and I dance and I get good grades in school. After class, catch me in the lunchroom, dress me in my group. Drinking chocolate mocha, sharing snacks, cause we're really cool. Had a talent show in school, not the princess but the fair. I'ma give ya time to laugh, cause I don't really care. With my brain and my smile, I can conquer anywhere.
Wow, you did such an awesome job.
Thank you.
I want to be like you when I grow up. Little Lex, thank you so much for coming on the show. Please let our viewers know where they can find you.
They can find me on Instagram and Facebook.
I heard you don't got a Facebook, but your
My
mom
mom's.
has. And follow the LDM Network.net and you'll be able to find Little Lex. And also on House of Carma. Thank you guys. Thank you. Please stay tuned after this commercial break for our next performance. Or should I have some chat?
Guns in America. Guns in America.
This song is dedicated to all the lives that was lost over the years to gun violence in America. It's time for a change. Mr. President, people of the world, it's time for the truth to be told. But with the rhymes in my mind, the rhythm in my soul, the mic in hand, I'm in control. To your evil-minded, I don't mean to be bold, but when I'm on the mic, you're all on hold. To the people in the place, I will be polite. And to your evil-minded people, tonight's my night. Guns in America. Guns in America. Innocent lives are taken every day by people with guns who attack their prey. Not only in America but around the world. A life is worth more than money or gold. From the island of Jamaica to TNT, to the streets of New York, we need unity. A gun in the wrong hands makes matters worse. I'm tired of seeing innocent lives in a hearse, God knows. Guns in America. Guns in America. Now as we prepare to bury the dead, we should be celebrating life, happy birthdays instead. It starts with the government to make a change. All lives matters, is that so strange? Between heaven and hell, that's where we stand. For those who disagree, show a wave up your hand. From America, London, and even Japan, we gotta make this place a better land. Guns in America. Guns in America. Is it to protect and to serve and protect? Certain agencies carry for respect, like the FBI, the DEA, the CIA, and the NRA. Homeland, on the other hand, can't control guns across the land. So let's keep it simple, simple and plain. Keep the guns out the hands of the insane. Guns in America. Guns in America. Now, children of tomorrow, you're the children of the light. I'm gonna take you on a serious flight throughout the world, throughout the land. Children of tomorrow, please try to understand the way things are in the world today. I don't want you all to go astray. You just listen to your parents and hear what they say. Where there's a will, there's a way. Guns in America. Guns in America. Now dig it. I try to keep the faith for a better day, but it's up to the president and the NRA. It's time for a change. G-Likes on the mic. Chris is on the beats. D. Palmer, engineer. We at Studio 13. And Guns in America.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to House of Carma. I'm your host, Carmen Serrano, also known as I'm Your Carma. And I'm here with the lovely Start. Thank you for coming. Now, Star, let everyone know what it is that you do. Because you're a woman who carries lots of different hats. And let the viewers know what it is that hold on. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I have to change the mic to start. You guys know this is live and this is how we do it. Here you go.
Hello?
Yeah, this is better. Okay.
Okay. So I'm an artist. I'm a poet. I'm a body worker, and I advocate for the community on different issues. I write poetry on different genres, excuse me, and I create. My hands on my livelihood. I'm a massage therapist, and I just became a yoga instructor.
Wow. Like you're a jack of all trades. You know, I heard all that you said, but I think the most important thing that I wanted to hear was your advice.
Yes, I'm a fighter and survivor.
That's right. And not just, I'm not saying this just to say she's a survivor. Like this, like you've gone through a lot.
Yeah.
And your poems speak about it. What inspired you? First of all, how old were you when you first started writing?
I first started thinking about poetry since I was 5. And I started writing like when I was 10, 11, and I've been writing ever since. And I take any negative experience that I have had in my life, and I always end it with a positive note and a message. Because everyone has a story to tell. But what are you going to do with that story? Are you going to say, woe is me? Are you going to wallow in it? Or are you going to say, you know what, I'm going to make changes because I don't want to be here?
That's right. As you've seen my last guest, Little Lex, she experienced bullying in school. And I feel like all kids kind of go through that. Did you experience anything like that growing up?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I was very, I was always to myself. I knew everyone, I was pleasant with everyone, but I always rolled by myself because I felt that was better for me. That's how I carried myself. I didn't want to go down with anyone. So,
did you feel like you didn't fit in?
Yes,
or?
definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Yes, I did feel like I didn't fit in because, people didn't understand me. I'm an artist and I'm creative and eccentric. And only other artist.
Right. And I feel like when people see people like that, like you and I and Little Lex, they look at it as, well, this girl's weird or she's strange, she's, and that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing, because to be unique, that's a beautiful, to be different from everybody else is a blessing, I think. And I feel like, God gives us talents that not everyone has, because, you took your pain, your struggle, your sorrow, and you turned it into something beautiful.
Thank you.
Would you like to show Would you like to show the viewers what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Just point it out to me and I'll go.
Okay. I want to start with my survivor bra. I'm a survivor of breast cancer, and this was made by hand. If you look at the back, you could see the stitches, and then I painted it with acrylic paint, and at the bottom here it says survivor. This was a piece that was exhibited in my one-woman show, which was called My Colors of Cancer. It was at Hostos Community College, and I'm looking for my exhibit to travel. So that's something that I'm doing as we speak.
I'm just going to bring it close and play like the model from Sábado Gigante. Remember when they used to walk by?
Yes.
And in case, for you guys that can't see, it is hand-stitched bra. Her survivor bra, right?
Yes, my survivor bra.
How old were you when you found out that you had cancer?
I found out in 2012, and I was 52 years old. Community college, and I'm looking for my exhibit to travel. So that's something that I'm doing as we speak.
I'm just going to bring it close and play like the model from Sábado Gigante. Remember when they used to walk by?
Yes.
And in case, for you guys that can't see, it is hand-stitched bra. Her survivor bra, right?
Yes, my survivor bra.
How old were you when you found out that you had cancer?
I found out in 2012, and I was 52 years old.
Wow. And I'm sorry because you're not supposed to ask a lady her age. I do apologize about that.
No, that's okay. Age is just a number. It's how you feel in your heart.
That's right, because honestly, let me tell you something. I must be the only person who couldn't wait to turn 35. I couldn't wait to turn 35. Oh my gosh, my mic. And okay. Is it safe? Safe? Okay. So I couldn't wait to turn 35 because I lost my parents at a very young age when I was 7. Both my parents passed away at 42. So for me, it's like once I just gotta make it past 42. You know what I'm saying? In my mind. And I just couldn't wait to turn 35. I'm 35 now. I'll be 36 this year. And now I'm like, I'm getting close to the 40. Hold on a second. But I can't wait either because I heard 40s is better than your 30s. Your 30s is way better than your... That's what I heard. But, okay, so how was that experience? Dealing with the cancer and how did you get through it?
It was surreal. First of all, I found out by mistake. I didn't have pain or a lump. I was in a conversation with one of my massage clients, and we were talking about insurance and about heart disease because at that time I was suffering from my heart. And I went to get a head-to-toe physical, and with the basic mammogram was how I found out I had breast cancer. I opted to have a double mastectomy because I didn't want to mess with cancer because cancer lies dormant every 10 years. I didn't want to deal with that. But from 2012 till last year, I had a total of 11 surgeries for breast cancer reconstruction and other surgeries because of my medical conditions. And, yeah.
It's real. People, it's real. And there's so many women out there that are dealing with this and it's, I just don't understand, like, where's the cure? I know they have to have a cure somewhere. But I just have a quick question, right?
Sure.
You opted for a double mastectomy.
Mastectomy.
Because this is what I was thinking, right? God forbid if I was to ever, have breast cancer, I would opt for a double mastectomy and then I'd get myself like some really big, like double B boobies.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like what I don't have now, I'm gonna get it.
I feel that laughter is the best medicine, and as a massage therapist, I was working in a spa in Manhattan. What am I gonna do? So I started writing and I started painting. This is my own survivor ribbon. It's a heart. It's a ribbon, and you got the two needles here. You see so this is my survivor ribbon. Thank you. And that one right there. This is my breast cancer fighter cell. We have blood cells in our body, and this is the cell, the blood cell that helped me. And I painted this specifically because cancer fighter cell. We have blood cells in our body, and this is the cell, the blood cell that helped me. And I painted this specifically because it has a Taino image. And I've been told, wow, everybody has ribbons, but I've never seen a character before. So this is my breast cancer fighter cell. And that one there. And this painting, I call it life, because towards the end of my reconstruction, this is exactly how I felt. I felt that the sun was shining. This is my son, but if you look at the sun, it kind of looks like a breast and a nipple, and my face. And I'm happy because the sun is shining. You know, I could feel the colors inside of me. I felt life again. So this is my life painting.
Wow. What stage were you at?
I was stage 0, and I didn't have to have chemo or radiation or any drug treatment because I nipped it in the butt right in the beginning. I didn't want to mess with that.
That's why, yes. It's very important for us women to have our mammogram yearly, check ourselves, because we just never know. And we found out by accident.
And I didn't have pain, and I didn't have a lump. I could do a poem now if you like.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a poem by
This is called Mr. Moon, and this is about child neglect. Mr. Moon, my Mr. Moon, I looked, and searched for you as I stand on the toilet, on the toilet seat cover, peeking through the bathroom window, just waiting for you to smile down on me. I finally stake you out and see your face. I could feel your moonshine beaming down on my 5-year-old body. I smile back. I whisper thoughts of my life's happenings and ask, why am I so lonely? Why do I feel different? Why do I know it's not me, it's them? Why do I feel as if my God's stork bird dropped me off in the wrong state, town, and time? That's right. I believe with all my tiny little emotions, which are called feelings, my paperwork got mixed up. I don't know if it was with someone else's, don't know if I was a reject, lemon, discontinue, do not use, or fade to black. I just know it didn't feel good. What now, Mr. Moon? What is a 5-year-old to do? I think, and think some more. All I can do is survive and be. Just be me, whoever that is. I know I can think. I know I can feel. I must survive. I always know, Mr. Moon, that I will have you. I know I will always have your smile to search and find. I will always find it. It will always be there. I will always feel your moonshine beaming down on me, which will make my day to keep me going till I search for your smile day by day on this journey called life. My God, mi papacito, my God, I thank you every inch, second, microcosm of my 5-year-old body that you gave me intelligence. I thank you every day for allowing me the knowledge to think. Even though my mama threw me to the wolves, I always looked for that feeling that I never felt, that bond. I am a lost baby puppy dog. I am a broken rubber band with severed edges that will never regenerate. They will never become anew. I feel numbness in the tip. No, in the midsection of my heart. I know, my God, that you love me. I know and feel that. I know you can see and watch over me. You feel my anguish tears. You help wipe them away. I know once you have wiped them, the feeling only makes me stronger. My heart is so big, God. It is big because of you. Even though I am small, you gave me intelligence and you blessed me with a big heart. Thank you, God. Thank you. My Mr. Moon, thank you. Even in the darkness, I found light. I found God through the darkness and saw his light through you, Mr. Moon. Thank you, Mr. Moon. Thank you. I found God's light.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Is that the poem that inspired you while you were going through your issues growing up?
Yes. This is, everyone has a story to tell. And, befriend. Until this day, if the moon is full, I greet the moon. I say, hey, Mr. Moon, what's up? How are you?
And I think a lot of us can relate, especially when we're 5 and we're starting to, we think the world is so big, and then as we get older, we start realizing that things that we thought were magnificent are not really what they seem. One of them being, people in general, love. We're taught to think that, we're gonna marry a Prince Charming, and then we're gonna live a happily ever after life, and everything is gonna be roses and peaches. But they don't really tell us the hard work that comes with being in a relationship, and, finding the right person, and knowing what's right and what's wrong when you're in a relationship. Can you relate?
Yes. And as I said to you before, I write poetry about different subject matter. And since you talked about relationship, would you like for me to recite a poem about relationships?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We can time to get that together. For those of you that are tuning in, I'm here with Star Angel, and she's reciting
subject matter. And since you talked about relationship, would you like for me to recite a poem about relationships?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We can time to get that together. For those of you that are tuning in, I'm here with Star Angel, and she's reciting some poems. She is a survivor of breast cancer. She's a survivor. She's a woman that carries many hats, and she does it gracefully. And you're just a positive, wonderful role model for young women and girls all over. And I believe that the world needs more people like you.
Thank you.
We're not in competition as women. We're not in competition. We're supposed to be helping each other out. And I feel like that's the issue, is that a lot of people don't feel like you're trying to help them. They feel like you're trying to criticize them, or you're trying to tell them what to do. But if you've been through, because I've been through it too. You've been through the pain and the hurt. You don't want to see another woman suffering or going through the same thing, especially a younger woman, going through the same thing that you went through. If you can help somebody avoid that pain, it's a wonderful thing.
That's why I recite and perform, because I like people to come up to me and say, you know what, thank you for reciting that. I thought I was the only one.
So I'm going to let you go ahead and recite your poem, and then we're going to go to a commercial break.
Okay. So this is called Enough. Enough. Here I am. I need your advice. I finally found the courage to leave him. Yes, I know. I loved him. But the person I felt passionate about was a facade dance at a masquerade party. His pretend persona to my physical. He put my brain in a jailed birdcage to throw the key away. He clipped my wings so as not to fly and soar. Told me, if I can't have you, nobody will. If you and hide, I will walk this earth until I find you. And when I do, I will end you. He broke me into tiny little pieces, stagnated me. I can't talk, hear myself sing, choking on my words, tripping on its syllables, drowning in my own puddle. I am not me anymore. And hide, I will walk this earth until I find you. And when I do, I will end you. He broke me into tiny little pieces. And hide, I will walk this earth until I find you. And when I do, I will end you. He broke me into tiny little pieces, stagnated me. I can't talk, hear myself sing, choking on my words, tripping on its syllables, drowning in my own puddle. I am not me anymore. Stop! Stop! Stop it! Stop hurting me! Stop abusing me! So cold, so bleak, maggots eating at me? No, I can't bear that feeling. Needles and pins, wait, I still have time. Let me call the suicide hotline. 1-800-DON'T-DIE. I can't believe it. The phone is busy. Really? Seriously, God? You want me to stay? You say you're not ready to open the gates of heaven for me? You want me to keep my chin up and my chest out? You say I have purpose? You want me to share my strength and survivorship with others? Okay. If that's what you want, God, you're right. I must find my strength, pull myself from my body's breeches. I need to waltz myself to the million lights that reflect me. I caught my tears in my hand. They are a pool of hope. They swim my past and allow my present to be joyous. As I bathe and cleanse my knee, I am coming out of my cocoon. I am who I am. I am resilient. I have tenacity. Watch me make change. Hear me shout and sing till my silence is no more. This has been a public service announcement brought to you from God and 1-800-DON'T-DIE.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. Now, can you, I know we're about to go to commercial break, but can you tell me what inspired you to write that? Do any of you have anything to do with it?
All my paintings have everything to do with it. Color saved my life. I was a childhood survivor of abuse. Then I was a domestic abuse survivor. Then I was a cancer survivor. And color, art, and music saved me from being depressed. So color and movement and just texture, anything that I could place my hands on where I could create makes me happy. That's how I found my happy. And my motto is, find your passion, marry it to your genius, and that's your purpose. So my purpose is being an artist and giving back to the community and advocating and just being the me who I am.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you.
But going back to your question about what inspired me, being a survivor. Being a survivor inspired me to write that poem, and that really happened. Like, I really called the suicide hotline, and the phone was busy. And till this day, I laugh about it because I'm here to talk about it. So I had to share that because I'm sure there's a lot of people that didn't make it. So
Well, thank you so much, so much for coming on the show, and
thank you for having me.
absolutely. And thank you for sharing. If you can give an advice to anybody going through domestic violence issue right now, what would it be?
I would say, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of fear. You need to fight. You need to stand up. You need to have dignity. You need to protect your body, your temple, your persona. You have to fight. Tooth and nail, fight. Either you kill me or I'm going to kill you. Fight. Don't ever give up and fight. And there's ways that you could help yourself. You know, there's organizations that will help you.
Yes,
So look for help and also heal yourself. Heal yourself. You know, seek therapy, seek support groups.
That's right, because if we don't love ourselves, we cannot love anybody else. But Ms. Star Angel, thank you again so much for coming on the show. Please let our viewers know where they can find you.
You could follow me on Facebook, Star Angel, and I have a page called Artisan for a Cause, which is linked to my Facebook page. And I feature different artists and different art and different poetry and different issues.
Okay, that's very wonderful. Thank you again. I'm so proud of you. I was stay tuned after this commercial break for our next performance. Thank you so much for coming.
Nathan Beats. Shouts out to my sis, cause she holding it down for her brother. You know, shouts out to Steven for pushing me to exceed my potential and see new talents. Yeah. I'm about to spit on this beat, so best believe I'm gonna be the king of this league. And Jake is my city, I rep that, barely even know haters flood this town, but still I'm gonna be the one to walk out with this crown. Even though the people who make it don't have to pay me that's brown. So I run around and teach and saying my dream is blast for me. To you, it has to be cause I'm sitting in your class trying to learn some good spit math. That won't get me nowhere in life, but God got my side. So not me, he making me ride that tight. You got beef with me for a risk, you better go and hide. I didn't wanna pull that trigger, best believe I tried. Rhyming is a classic, but me rapping is a habit. I rap fast as a habit, you ain't hit. Lewis is the one causing traffic. God put his hand out and said, you want fame? Here you can have it. My style of rapping, I had to craft it. Even though I'm in the night commercial, I ain't bragging. Proud to say I walk around without my pants sagging. Me writing that first line, I couldn't believe it happened. This gift, it took me a long time to grab it. I just ain't walked through that door, I stabbed it. People I know, my flow is cold, so just rockin', driving. If you driving, just enjoy the ride. War swimming you like the VO3 hot. To smile in a hater's face takes a lot of pride. Me, I would like my haters' pride, drive right up and then took to the other side. But God made sure to raise me right. That's why I sit in my room and write instead of smoking my brains out, causing my thoughts to clock. Best believe my take is over the likes of thoughts. Fans, you can take it as a fire shot. It don't matter. There's a noisy rhyme. Call me a mad hatter. Sent to cause disaster. Thank goes out to Bad Weezy for this beat, so now I can proceed to give you this heat. Cause mine's running at 1. I'm running at 2. Ain't no 3, cause best believe Lil Deuce is finished suit. I'm getting bored with this shit. It's feel like I'm on the bench and I'm going very far. I guess you was right. Your boy growing up to be a star. Cause I'm gonna strive. Best believe, yeah. It's all in my rhyme. And for me, it's always crunch time. As long as in this rap game, this won't die. Believe it. Okay. Let's get it. Yeah. Shout out to my man Barry, you already know. That's what we do out here. Don't forget, I'm Lil Deuces when I rap, not Lewis. Capiz? Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the House of Karma. I'm your host, Carmen Serrano, also known as I'm Your Karma, and I'm sitting here with the lovely Jessie Vega. And you're listening. Can I say
that you know how it is? 'Cause, I got a special ensemble for later for one of my performances, so I have to match the ensemble.
Your whole makeup, though, is
Thank
so
you. Thank you. I did it for you. I did it for you and LDM.
I was so excited to have you come on.
Thank you so much. Yeah, baby. You gotta add that one in there.
That's right. So, a lot of you guys may and may not know that Miss
Mr. Jesse Rig.
Mr. Jesse is a 2019 LDM Independent Music Award nominee.
Yes, on the pop category. We're back again.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Whole new year.
So you're nominated for the song
He'll Never Be Me.
You'll Never Be Me. What inspired you to write that song?
So here's the story about that song. So one of my friends, his name is Melvin Penna. He wrote music. He's always written music for years, but he never had the confidence to make songs into like life. So he had like this idea to collaborate with me, and the song is like actually like almost like a year and a half, 2 years old. And at the time, I was actually releasing one of my other songs called Be Your Face. It's an LGBT anthem, if you ever know about that song. And he was like, oh, I have a song. So then we decided to like write from a beat. And then all of a sudden he had the lyrics, and basically the song is about like insecurities of being in a relationship, of just like saying like, well, with this person, if you with this person, that person would never be me, or that girl would never be me. Cause you know, no matter how many years you may be with a person, or even friendship, it's that song of like lack to like that boost of confidence to say
like, you know, that girl, her man keeps cheating on her, but she keeps going back. That'll never be me.
Right.
Stuff
It's
like
one of
that.
those like, you know what? That's you, but I know where I stand. So it's that kind of song. So we wrote the song within like, actually like within 20, 30 minutes, and then I recorded the song, and then I said, okay, it's going to be my first single of my next upcoming sophomore project.
That's awesome. So let me ask you, how long have you been a performing artist?
So I've been performing since I was the age of 15. I started doing theater, musical theater since in junior high school. And then I got inspired to do more like theater and acting, so I started getting trained as an actor, doing like political plays. Then at the age of my 20s, I started doing films, and then everything just started leading up to doing music. Music took a long time because I didn't have the confidence. They was always saying no. But then I finally got to a point where I finally did it. I did one of my first singles, which I'll be performing it here to this day with my girls, and now like I did my first EP, and then I'm now working on my second one. So we came like full circle on continuing to just push yourself to the best limits as possible and don't stop.
That's true. Right. Being part of the LGBT community, what do you find to be like the most? Because you guys have come a long way.
Yeah.
People were not accepting it. People, you know, if anybody knows about bullying, it's you guys.
Yeah.
I have a going on 18-year-old daughter. I know I look so young.
Oh my God.
But my daughter, she's a lesbian.
Okay.
She's not like a lipstick lesbian. Like she likes to dress up like a boy.
Okay.
Even though I tell her like, you're gonna be a lesbian. Like you're pretty. Like get yourself. You know, I would be like, if I was, you know, I would be a lipstick lesbian because like she's so pretty. Like, what's the whole point of being like a boy? But
so that's what they call lipstick lesbian. It's like kind of like saying like the feminines. Okay. So like the feminines, and then they have like the AGs, the aggressive. Okay.
Yeah. So my daughter has the AG type. But you know, like none of that really bothered me. I tell you what bothered me the most. Not that she was gay, but that you want to dress like a boy, because it's like, girl, you could be so pretty. You know how many girls you can still get. But
it's tough.
What what is your biggest pride? Like I was in the I was filming at the youth pride last year, and also the Bronx had like a gay pride thing that we
because they have like the Festival of the Bronx Pride and all that stuff. Yeah.
And let me tell you, you guys' festivals be popping.
They come off with a lot of energy. Like the LGBT is crazy.
So much fun. I was like,
why haven't
I been doing this before?
It takes you to a whole new world. It makes you feel like all your frustrations, all your troubles are not. Like, it doesn't matter. When you're in this moment, to have a good time, to sing the songs, to just be you and be free and not care about what the negative people are going to say, it makes you appreciate life a little bit more. And that's what the LGBT community, especially like the drag queens, where they do these big numbers, is beautiful. It's amazing. So, I mean, I'm being part of the community. It's a big impact that I have put on as a platform because it changed my life. It's changed my life, and I'm part of it, and I continue to do music in terms of that type of stuff, and I'm happy for it.
A long way. And can I tell you, there was this one lady. She was in drag. She was performing. Can I tell you, this lady did not take off one piece of article, and people were running up to her, giving her dollars. I'm like, I want to be like her. Charles, am I lying? She did not even take off one piece. She was just singing, doing her thing, and people were coming all the way from the back of the crowd to run and give her dollars.
Because there's like different types of like drag queens. There's some that likes to strip. There's some that likes to do splits. They like do somersaults. And then by the time they get in their 50s, then they have osteoporosis. Then they wonder why they were doing all of that. So they gotta be careful. You know, because I be telling them, like, I know one drag queen, like, she would wear like the 5-inch heels. And the next thing you know, she's like, oh, my ankle hurts, my knee hurts. I'm like, well, girl, keep on doing those somersaults. And then you're going to know it's going to catch up to you.
You know what I want to learn? I want to learn how to bow.
Oh,
hands. My God. Do you know how to do that?
I know how to do that. But I'm not like an expert in terms of like, oh, there's better ones, like who really can do it better than me. But it's all about giving moments. It's like a picture. But it's all about being flexible with your arms. Yeah. It's like kind of like whacking in a way. Whacking. Yeah. And then, I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that because then I started getting like little bruises. I'm only 28, you know, I'm not old. But then I realized, I was like, you know, it's going to catch up to you. Because if you keep doing it, but you have to do it the right way.
You know what you do? You put knee pads on and come on.
Right? That's why my friends were like, well, if you don't put knee pads, you're going to injure yourself. So I was like, but I've seen it get the red. I'm like, oh my God.
Have you ever dressed in
doing drag? No, because I'd rather be a boy, a man. I mean, yeah, I like to do the makeup and I like to be, because I'm a pretty boy, so I like to do things like that. But for me, I've done drag one time, but it's too much work. I get kudos to all the drag queens to do like the whole zhuzh, like the pads and the hair. After a while, within 5 minutes, I'm like, oh my God, I want to wear my sweats. I can't do it. I don't know how girls do it.
Especially in the summertime when you got all those paddings and everything underneath. But they be looking beautiful. Oh my God.
It's a commitment.
Like,
it's a commitment.
It's like I look at them and I'm like, there's no competition. I just put my head down like
Listen, there will never be a competition between a biological woman and a woman who's just trying to be biological. You know.
But you know what I mean? Like, I think if I was a man and I'd be gay, I'd be a femme too. I don't know.
Whatever. There's so many different ones. There's gays, there's lesbians, there's trans man, there's trans. It's so many different.
This is why I say, because I feel like society has it where they're trying to brainwash us to hate certain people, and I'm sorry whoever I offend right now, but I believe in God, and I believe that God doesn't make mistakes.
No.
And I believe that we are who we are. We're put on this not perfect world to survive, and we are who we are. Nobody can judge nobody because we all fall short.
We are.
You know
what the issue is that we're in a world where we are taught to hate. You know, we were not born from hate. You know, we were born to love each other in harmony and say, you know, te quiero, I love you so much, hugs and kisses. But when we see so much stuff in the media and we're like, oh, we gotta hate each other and there's always these envies and jealousy, we start to devalue ourselves and not appreciate the goodness and with people, you know. And in life, you know, not everybody's gonna like you, you know. And that doesn't mean that you have anything. It doesn't mean that. It's just that there's always there's a lot of insecurities. There's a lot of things that we all go through in life, but we just gotta live in harmony and just give. I always say, if you never have a good relationship with somebody and you fell in bad terms, I always say, you know what, God bless you and may God be with you and just keep doing your journey. You know, I'm not gonna say, you know, F you, screw you, even though you may owe me money, but it's okay. But you know, don't leave on bad terms.
Yeah, but if you owe me money,
oh well.
If you owe me money, you better pay up. No? Well, Jesse, thank you so much for coming to the House of Carma. Stay tuned after the commercial break for performances from Jesse.
Yes, I got 2 songs. And make sure you vote on LDM on the pop category. Make sure you get me to top 10. Hello, we gotta do it. Keep voting, keep voting. It'll never be me.
That's right.
Tantas dudas por descubrir. te traicionó. Siempre mantuve mi buena intención y ahora quieres quitármelo todo. Inténtalo y vas a ver cómo te haré sufrir. Te haré sufrir cuando mi cuerpo se aleje lejos de ti. Y vas a ver cómo te haré sufrir. Te haré sufrir cuando mi cuerpo se aleje lejos de ti. No, 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 yo te lo advertí, no me jodas así. No, 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 yo te lo advertí, no me jodas así. No pienses que de mí te burlarás, atrévete y te arrepentirás. Prepárate, seré tu peor rival, bebé. Subestímame y te sorprenderás. La cara de pendeja a mí no me verás. Prepárate, seré tu peor rival, bebé.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Jesse Vega.
This is my song, You'll Never Be Me. Make sure you vote for our LDM Radio. I want you, so baby, don't deny it. Just pull me closer, what's the point in fighting? Are we meant to be, or is it just a fantasy? Why can't you see that you're the only one for me? So just for tonight, don't speak, just hold me tight. Cause after tonight, this will be a final goodbye. And I hope you realize that everything I tried, that you never see, that he'll never be me. He'll never be me. He'll never be me. You can keep it. You can keep it. You can keep it. He'll never be me. You only call me when he's not around you. When you're lonely, I'm the only one beside you. Is it him or me? Am I just going crazy? So baby, tell me, what is it that I need to see? So just for tonight, don't speak, just hold me tight. Cause after tonight, this will be a final goodbye. And I hope you realize that everything I tried, that you never see, that he'll never be me. He'll never be me. He'll never be me. You can keep it. You can keep it. You can keep it. He'll never be. Oh, never be. Oh, never be. You can keep it. You can keep it. You can keep it. He'll never be me. So just say. can have it. Make sure you put that on LDM Radio. My next song is one of my first ever releases. It was my first in 2016, and it's called I'm Gonna Show You. So, let me show you. Frozen in time records. As I look into the mirror glass, I see a reflection in the past. Not being what I wanna be, but being what you wanna see. Now I can see it clearer, I feel it nearer. It's all about me. You don't have claims on me, your hate don't own me. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Watch me. From all the struggles and the pain, going through the darkness and the rain, equality and unity, a better life for you and me. Now sing! And now I can see it clearer, I feel it nearer. It's all about me. You don't have claims on me, your hate don't own me. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Gonna show you. Now jump, Zeta.
See what you done, Vega.
Haley. Here we go. Now I really feel this too. I can see it clearer, feel it nearer. I know you feel it too. Your hate don't own me. I'm gonna show you. This is only the beginning. Thank you so much, House of Carma. Make sure you vote. LDM Radio, Hannah Baby.
Oh my God,
LDM Radio.
Teach me.
These are my girls. Can I introduce my girls?
Absolutely, go ahead.
So this is Haley Kiriazi.
Welcome.
She's one of my captains, my choreographer captains. And this is Zeta, Just
Hi,
Stay.
Zeta.
She's also worked with me in one of my other visuals. So I always keep my girls tight.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you for your energy. Girls, you guys did amazing. I cannot wait to see you perform. People, please vote for Jessie Vega on the LDM Radio for the song
He'll Never Be Me on the pop category. Make sure you vote. Get it to top 10 before the voting's closed, because I think the voting is going to start closing within a couple of weeks. In 2 weeks! So vote every day.
And you guys, stay tuned after this commercial break for our next performance. You guys did amazing. Thank you. Awesome.
Because you love music, we have it all here.
LDM Radio.
Station. Solo hits musicales. Porque te encanta la música, te la tenemos toda aquí. Only music hits para ti.
chill beats. S.I. hands high. This is for my riders, man. Get them bites out. Kickstands up. This is my lane and I'm gon' use it. Showing the true definition of rider music. Yeah, I will stop hiding, adrenaline I'm providing. All we wanna know is who's riding. This is my lane and I'm gon' use it. Showing the true definition of rider music. Cowards stop hiding, adrenaline I'm providing. All we wanna know is who's riding. Gear grinding, diamonds behind the engine is redlining. Keep shining, stop whining, cause I'm a headline. I'm the king of this rider thing, whether it's mic or the fight. You never seen a gate so leaning riders hard in your life. The headlights tell you who we are on the CDR. Willie Patrick car, it's me, I'm a star. Cats can't stop me when I'm on that Kawasaki. Haters wanna jock me, but I won't let them block me. On the H2, what I do is fly past you, leave them with no clue until they start asking who's throwing caution in the wind. Doing about 110, burning up the road again. That must be sin. With 1,000 TCs, killing all the wannabes with enough adrenaline to make them stop, look and freeze. Who's next to flex? I'm riding for the check. The ZX breaks next and keep a booster on deck. This is my lane and I'm gonna use it. Showing the true definition of rider music. Cowards stop hiding, adrenaline I'm providing. All we wanna know is who's riding. This is my lane and I'm gonna use it. Showing the true definition of rider music. Cowards stop hiding, adrenaline I'm providing. All we wanna know is who's riding. Move, bitch, get out my way. The rider king's coming, ain't got time to play. When it's real, it's real. When it's ill, it's ill. Time to give the streets something make it real and feel. Like gripping the throttle while holding on to a model. If you ain't first, then you last. Get the cash, that's our motto. All day we're cruising. We don't do the losing. Haters keep on snoozing till I give them all the bruising. No refusing, cause we'll take it by force. The voice makes the moist. Show the mic, no remorse. On or off the track, the rider king is back. Racing after them stacks, the tires don't run flat. The Mercedes full of ladies be waving at the lights, but the night's for the riders who be pushing them bike. The streets keep calling me and I can't refuse it. The gas up, get your ass up. This is riding me. Mercedes full of ladies be waving at the lights, but the night's for the riders who be pushing them bike. The streets keep calling me and I can't refuse it. The gas up, get your ass up. This is rider music. Come on, man. No red lights. You riding with the rider king. Sin. Let's get it, man. All my riders, let me hear you say, get them bites out. Get them bites out. Kickstands up, baby. Let's go. This is my lane and I'm gon' use it. Showing the true definition of rider music. Cowards stop hiding, adrenaline I'm providing. All we wanna know is who's riding. This is my lane and I'm gon' use it. Showing the true definition of rider music. Cowards stop hiding, adrenaline I'm providing. All we wanna know is who's riding. I tried being humble, but rappers just wanna mumble. I'm a lion in this jungle rumble, young man rumble. I'm yelling, come outside, you gon' ride, let's ride. Cowards don't hide, rider music I provide. It'll make you speed, through traffic you'll weed. Cowards will bleed if they don't take heed. Now follow my lead, I was born to the sea. Shall I proceed, curse with greed? What you need, what you lacking, keep on stacking, that's what you do. Kills packing, keep attacking anybody who getting in our way. I ain't neutral today. First gear, I'm out of here, no brakes till they lay in the casket. You bastards, here to come scrap it. Who's riding becomes classic, Mike, you better pass it. The questions we asking, you better be provided. Where the damn money headed? Who's riding? This is my lane and I'm gonna use it. Showing the true definition of rider music. Cowards stop hiding, adrenaline I'm providing. All we wanna know is who's riding. This is my lane and I'm gonna use it. Showing the true definition of rider music. Cowards stop hiding, adrenaline I'm providing. All we wanna know is who's riding. Who's riding, man? Let's get it. Who's riding? Hold me down. Let's get it, man. You know what it is. Don't get in my lane, homie. You hear us coming. Just move out of the way. That's all you can do. The Rider King is coming through. One.
Thank you for tuning in to the House of Karma. I'm your host, Carmen Serrano, also known as I'm Your Karma. And I'm sitting here with the talented, how did I say?
Lyrical spoken word poet.
Good Look Secret. How did you get that name?
That's funny. There was just this guy, he's a producer, and he just was in love with me, and he loved my last, so my last name is Seabrook, so then he just started calling me Good Look Seabrook. Then from me hosting and doing all these stuff, the name just.
Okay, so many of our viewers that are just tuning in, a lot of them are tuning in to watch you. You're very popular. You're very known. Can you let us know some of the stuff that you've done?
Sure, absolutely. So, as you know, yes, I'm a spoken word artist. However, I'm a writer for a magazine. Also have hosted radio shows as well. So, talking about that, Keeping it 100 with Kim and Della is almost recent. So I'm paused for right now just because we both have been busy, so we had to take a little break from that. But
Trust me, if anybody knows it's me, I was on hiatus for like 9 months. So I know how it is. But when you come back stronger and better than ever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, and I also write for a magazine, Validated Magazine.
How's that?
It's good. It's good. I mean, I've had the honor of interviewing Eric Sermon, Ty Fife, which is also another major producer. Who else? Rock Wilder, Red Alert. That's a good question. I really enjoyed Eric Sermon. I learned a lot from him. And it was my first time meeting him. Red Alert, I know him. That's like family secretary, brother. Peaks with up, but so it was old. It was just an honor there now, but definitely Eric Sermon. Yeah.
That's cool. What jewels did he give you that you hold on?
Pretty much. Well, he talked about a lot of the stuff with the music and streaming and about getting paid as far as that goes. But just overall, his experience in the game and what he's learned from it, and just to stay persistent and stay strong. He gave me a great compliment on what I was doing, so I was hyped up. But so
you know what I like about you, the fact that we are living in a time where there's so many negativity, so many people are to hate is just so easy nowadays.
Right.
Like to put somebody down, to talk about a person, it's so easy. But your approach is different. You're all about positive. You're all about encouraging others, and like what motivated you to?
I mean, there's too many angry people out here in this world. Not only that, there was a long period of time where I was angry too. Going through the things that I went through as a teenager. With drug abuse and then being in bad relationships, things like that. So there was a long period of time where I was angry. So it took me to start learning and healing myself and loving myself in order to project it out to everybody else so they can get the same energy I got.
Absolutely. Because as you've seen our prior guest, Little Lex was bullied in school.
Yes, I've worked with Little Lex.
And then Starting just spoke about her issues with domestic violence and growing up. I feel like us as women, growing up, we have a lot of insecurity. A lot of it has to do with what we see on TV. We want to look just like that person.
Right.
And like that beauty, that false beauty that people project on us that's not real. I say false because, not everybody can afford to go to DR and get their body done.
Right.
Not everybody wants that.
Right, exactly.
And then there's people like me who I wish I could, but I got problems with my blood platelets. I can't even get no surgery. You know what I mean? But it's like, who said that this is what beauty looks like? That this is what you're supposed to look? Who
exactly?
Who gave whoever that authority to speak for humanity?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I think the main thing is that, and what I've learned also growing up, I had two really good friends that I was going to go to the movies with that night. And they ended up getting robbed for a pair of earrings and burned with acid on their face.
Oh my God.
Again, two really close friends. Like, I was supposed to be going with them that night. And that also made me realize that it's not about your looks. Because they had so much surgery, their whole face was completely, they did not look like my two friends. So that was something else that hit me growing up as a teenager. Like, anything can happen to you in a matter of heartbeat. So you could be as pretty as you want on the outside, but if you ugly in here, then your looks don't mean nothing.
That's right. How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself growing as a person from like who you was back then, all the hurt and the pain that you dealt with, as to now. Because I feel like as you get older, somebody told me that as you get older, life becomes more easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that some things that I used to stress when I was in my 20s, I don't stress about
anymore.
it anymore.
Right. Yeah, you get old, you get tired of that shit. You ain't, excuse me, sorry. You just get tired of being miserable. I mean, and complaining. And those are the things that really annoy me. It's like misery and complaining all the time. When you complain about something that's so simple. Like, I remember somebody complaining about they had to make 2 different dishes for their family. Da-da-da. So what? So do I. I'm a vegetarian. My son still eats chicken. I gotta do what I gotta do. You understand? Like, it's really not that serious. The things that people complain about and things that people take for granted. Like, it's just crazy.
With everything that's been going on, like, in the Bronx, because for some reason, the Bronx has been making a lot of noise, but not for a positive thing. Like, what do you...
Actually, that's not true. And I think that's the problem. Maybe the positive things are not getting highlighted. Exactly. Right. But there's a lot of positive things that are going on. I'm out here every day.
Somebody asked me where do we film? I said the Bronx. He said, the Bronx is crazy. And I'm like, no,
it's really not.
But to us, because we're
from here,
it's
right.
a normal, everyday thing. But I feel like the media is portraying it to be so bad. Like, I'm sorry, but Brooklyn is what it is.
Yeah.
It's always like, but in Brooklyn, I'm like, we're not in Brooklyn though.
Right. We ain't in Brooklyn anymore.
But like, what advice would you give somebody like Little Lex, who, you know, wrote that song about being bullied? There's a lot of other kids like her growing up that are in elementary school, middle school, even high school, that don't know how to express themselves, can't talk to nobody because, like in Little Lex's case, nobody was listening to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's a lot of kids not only kids, there's a lot of people committing suicide because they feel like nobody's hearing them. What can they do?
That's a tough one. You know, I was bullied a little bit, but I also did some stupid things as a kid as well. So, I mean, the thing is that you really have to talk. You really have to be open and talk. And that may be the difficult part of it, is that you think nobody is listening. But definitely find somebody in your family. Make sure they go and, you know, talk to the peers and the teachers and everything else. You have to talk. That's pretty much what it is. And be expressive and don't be quiet about it. Because even growing up, I was talking about this, I think yesterday, you know, we're always told to be quiet. Be quiet growing up in my era, you know, and that's what makes us unable to talk. And it's funny that I'm a poet and I'm a speaker and all of this, because there's a lot of things that growing up that I didn't say, you know what I mean? It took me to go through something really tragic to get over it, to be able to express it. And now noticing that I was able to help other people with their situation because I was being able to talk and speaking for them. This is why I do what I do.
You know how now, you know, there's all these scandals, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson. You know, I feel like, I'm not saying that Michael didn't do it, because I don't know. I feel like R. Kelly's guilty. That's my opinion. I mean, Aaliyah alone is just boom right there. That's enough.
Right.
For the girls that are out there that are being abused, that don't know that they're scared of their partners, or because they have domestic violence happen from a young age.
But it's not even girls either, though. That's the whole thing. That's what we always focus on. Men get abused as well.
Let's talk about
and we don't talk about that.
That's
the difference. Yes. No.
That's true. Yes.
For real. And sometimes it's like the man is like, you know, they're in a relationship, they got kids, or they just don't want to beat that woman, and there's just some women who are really aggressive to their men, and the men just let them do it.
Because I feel like for men, it's like the moment
it's hard to say my woman hits me or she treats me like.
And the moment that the female calls the cops, who the cops gonna go after?
Exactly.
But don't get me wrong, there are some girls. There's some people that should not be in relationships. Period. Like if you're not good with yourself. Like you said, you have to learn to love yourself first.
Exactly.
We all did. You know, if you don't love yourself first, you can't love the next person.
But that's the problem. So that's the problem with the relationships that fail, is because they're looking for love in all the wrong places.
Right. And they're looking for validation. You have to validate yourself. You have to tell yourself, I'm enough. I'm the bomb.
Right.
Nobody's better than me.
Right.
But not to a point where you get big-headed.
No, not big-headed, but it's all about confidence. It's all about loving yourself. And that's it. Self-love is most important.
I had a lot of complex in my life. I never wanted to wear shorts. I never wanted to wear legs. I always felt like I had chicken legs.
Oh.
And my siblings didn't help because they would tease me.
And say you had chicken legs, right.
But then as I got older, I'm like, well, you know, this is just me. Like, I'm just a petite person. Like, I have to love myself for who I am. I always wanted to have a bigger butt, thicker thighs. I wish I was fatter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was me. But then, you know, as I get older,
but I mean, that's what everybody. Somebody's always like, you know, my nose is too big, or it's too skinny, or too pointy. You know,
that's
something.
My next thing I was gonna say, my nose. Because then a lot of people say that I look Indian, like Middle Eastern, like red dot Indian.
Well, they do that to me too, and that's just.
And so it's like whatever. But that was, you know, one of the biggest things that I would get bullied on was my look. Oh, look at her. She looks, what is she, Indian? Oh, hey, Ali, or you know what I mean? Aladdin, come over here, or whatever. But then, you know, I embraced it when 9/11, you know, God forbid, when 9/11 came and you see all these terrorists coming and stuff. I thought to myself, well, I may have a chance of not getting ever bombed because I look like this.
But see, that's kind of like, well,
they might
all right. So you're kind of misinformed, because that's the problem with the United States of America, is that
they make it seem one particular group that it's not. We are the terrorists to ourselves, pretty much.
Basically, I'm just.
Please don't shut down this program, government, because you know I need the show. No. But
and make it seem like it's one thing when it's actually another.
Yeah,
so.
and it's a lot of inside jobs.
Right.
I feel like we are our own worst enemies, and in real life we are sometimes. Sometimes, you know, we can be really talented, and then we tell ourselves, "Oh no, I don't like that." You know, I didn't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are worst critics.
Whereas, like me, like I like to do a lot of things freestyle because one, I don't see too good. I can't see too good. So if I have anything up there on the board, I'm not gonna be able to read it. So it's like I have to think about, all right, I'm just memorize as much as I can and use it, because I'm really bad when it comes to like. I love reading. Don't get me wrong, but if I don't have to read it, no.
You're a mess, Carma.
We in 2019. All you gotta do is go on your phone.
And Google.
Do you see these little kids, like little babies on the phone?
On the tablets, that's it. Yeah, all that.
You just put YouTube and they know how to find.
I'm glad I had my son when I had him, for real. Because if I had a kid now during this era, oh.
Well, Kim, thank you so much for coming on the House of Carma, and we're going to see a live performance from you right after the.
Can I say something real quick? I'm going to be performing in Jersey on Saturday. You can good looks. That's on Instagram, Kim Seabrook on Facebook. I'm also going to be performing in the Bronx on the concourse at Andrew Freeman Home. It's a huge festival called for It's the Bronx. So yeah, so the Bronx is doing things. We are doing positive things. And who you paying attention to?
Yeah, we're definitely the best girl out there. There's no doubt about it. So. Stay tuned after this commercial break.
Have no meaning, but I remember what you said. Never asked from you. Somehow you wish me dead. Nothing was ever good enough. You would always want more. Gave you the world and you walked out that door. I heard you say you were wrong, but I'm the one left in the dark. This is worth cruel intentions. I'm the reason we're apart. You're not under a team. You're not fooling me. It makes me hard to breathe. Baby, but
the house of Carma.
All right, and this one is called Justice for All. Mass incarceration, lack of education, false information with no valid explanation. This is our generation. We got to show some elevation so they can get what they deserve with just a little motivation. But what are we taught? Self-love and meditation to help channel and alleviate all the frustrations of our everyday struggles in our living situation? Don't tell me that this is a figment of my imagination. You're telling me our men can't have a decent place to sleep, a profitable income so he doesn't have to beg to eat, a valuable life that doesn't include lack of quality, where he could provide for his family, not illegitimate, but honestly. We want our young kings to walk proudly without any confrontation, where they could wake up and walk through life with some form of appreciation. We could teach morals, respect, and how not to neglect, how to level up and protect, how to manifest and connect. Instead, they're getting locked up for some minor violations, stuck inside cages because they can't afford the proper representation. But this is what we supposed to put our hands to our heart for this one nation? They say it's under God and justice for all. I have a different observation. I see mass incarceration, lack of education, false information with no valid explanation. So to our sons who are learning to find their destination, we send you love and light to make it through any situation. In life, we have choices. There's a way to get out. Live for yourself, not in fear, not in doubt. And to our brothers who were recently released after serving some time, then to be set free because you didn't commit the crime, that has to hit harder than if you were actually guilty. But come home, stay focused, and plant that root for your tree. To our fathers who are unable to provide us with stability, because you were never guided on your true capabilities. You were taught how to face your reality and run away from your dreams. Now sit back and evaluate on what that really means. Mass incarceration, lack of education, false information with no valid explanation. But how can we teach them the many levels to success? We want jobs, not jails, to help the minds of the oppressed. How can we teach them love without fear of thinking what should be an abnormality? Thoughts of getting lost to the system or facing some type of inhumane brutality? We were taught to mistreat one another, forget the unification. We forgot to be role models for the younger generation. They said you're not doing well if you're not affiliated with some big corporation. They said you had to submit to the system, be down with the organization. But how can we teach and reach out to our communities? How can we erase their minds from the distrust and provide them with opportunities? Let's decrease incarceration, provide the proper education, stop hiding the information. I hope that I made it clear with my explanation. Thank you. So that one's Justice for All. And I'm doing this next one for my brother because he's visiting from Florida. Carlos, woo-hoo. This one's New York City, home sweet home. Let me bust it out real quick. All right. Home of the Empire State Times Square Statue of Liberty. Home of hip-hop, fashion, culture, and creativity. Home of the rich residing in a penthouse with an overview of the city. Home of the poor residents unknown praying for a possibility. Home of the influence, bad behavior, negativity. Home of the women who are proud of their ethnicity. Home of the man irresistibly secure in his masculinity. Home of the 5 boroughs where we find versatility. Home of the people fighting every day for stability. Home of the disabled trying to find the ability. Home of the blind trying to find their visibility. Home of the immigrants working on gaining the adaptability. Home of the hustlers, the players, and the street activity. Home of the everyday 9-to-5ers working to keep on the electricity. Home of the hustlers and the players and the street activity. I messed that one up, sorry. Home of the everyday 9-to-5ers working to keep on the electricity. Home of the strugglers working on making their dreams a reality. Home of the young girls learning to deal with their sexuality. Home of the tragedy that happened on 9/11, where many were killed and the living were left with depression. Home where we live our life every day as a lesson. Home of the unemployed, they won't hire a convicted felon. Home of the white-collar man in his Wall Street profession. A man playing drums in the train station as a form of expression. Home is where loyalty is something we never want to have to question. Home of the parks where we had parties and rap battle sessions. Home of my life where I grew up and why I appreciate you. Was who I want to be. Home New York where I bleed, breathe, and I feel you consciously. Home is where I love and where my heart beats solidly. Home sweet home, New York City. Thank you.
Carma. I don't know if I asked you this before, but what inspired you to start writing?
Well, I've always wrote and did things growing up. But again, it was a bad relationship that I left. Someone asked me to perform on stage. This was like maybe 13 years ago. And, like I said, once I spoke about my story, I realized I was helping people with their own.
That's wonderful. Any advice you would like to give, the younger generation who want to write and move forward?
The main thing is to never give up. Don't be afraid to speak how you speak. I have a lot of poems that say, you know, when I first started, was like, F this, F that, F this, because I was angry. You know what I'm saying? But poetry is my therapy, basically. So if you feel like you need to write, let it out. Don't was who I want to be. Home, New York, where I bleed, breathe, and I feel you consciously. Home is where I love and where my heart beats solidly. Home sweet home, New York City. Thank you.
Carma. I don't know if I asked you this before, but what inspired you to start writing?
Well, I've always wrote and did things growing up. But again, it was a bad relationship that I left. Someone asked me to perform on stage. This was like maybe 13 years ago. And, like I said, once I spoke about my story, I realized I was helping people with their own. Idol, Apple, all that good stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, baby.
Thank you. Great. We'll be back in our last segment.
How not even covering. Such a good idea. Watch this. You're good. Oh my god, that's so funny. You gotta post that. I got an idea past this.
Thank you for tuning in. If you're just watching, we're almost at the end of our show, but we have our last performer, D-Rod. Are you related to A-Rod?
Nah, we're not related.
What about D-Rod?
D-Rod, nah.
No?
Nah, just C-Rod.
Not E-Rod either?
No.
Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for tuning in. If you're just watching, we're almost at the end of our show, but we have our last performer, D-Rod. Are you related to A-Rod?
Nah, we're not related.
What about D-Rod?
D-Rod, nah.
No?
Nah, just C-Rod.
Not E-Rod either?
No.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
The last time I seen you was it last year? 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was last April.
Last year. And a lot has been going on for you. You've been a busy man.
Yeah, it's been a big year for me. It's been a blessing. Since the last time I seen you, I was on my first tour. And yeah, I saw you. And then after that, I went on another tour, and just the stuff's been blowing up for me.
And you've been in magazines.
Yeah, I've been in Source magazines a couple times after that. A bunch of over 100 magazines actually.
That's dope. You need to plug me in.
Yeah.
But you've been working. I see you working. You're putting in the work. People think that, fame is going to come to them, but they don't understand that you have to go out there and put yourself out there pretty much.
Yeah, you just got to grind. It's like 24/7. I love it. I live for it. You know what I mean? Promoting and putting your music out there. It's just, I love doing it. So it's like, it's second nature to me.
Absolutely. How long have you been doing music?
Music? I started music when I was 12. 12 years old. That's when I first started writing music, you know. I think we spoke about this before. I told you, like the cassette tapes and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I first started when,
you're that old and you have to record on the cassette.
yeah, she got jokes. But, I had a cassette tapes and I would let my classmates hear it. And then, it just started from there. That's when I first realized I had a talent and whatnot. And then in my, my early 20s, I started coming out with mixtapes and I started performing live, and that's when I started coming out with albums. I'm up to 3 albums now. Is it my third? Yeah, 3 albums.
Wow.
4 albums actually. Sorry, 4.
Each album has 12 songs.
Some of them got more. Like, this is my apology letter to God. That had like 21 tracks. But the new album I just dropped like 2 weeks ago, maybe like a month ago. The breakup tape. Yeah, that got 10 tracks on it, and it's doing real good right now. You know what I mean? I got a whole bunch of downloads on DatPiff and YouTube and all that. So
now, growing up, who was like your favorite artist? Who inspired you?
Who inspired me? My favorite MC of all time is Nas. You know, I remember watching his videos when I was young, If I Rule the World, and Hate Me Now, and I was inspired to make music. But even before that, like, I remember watching LL Cool J on TV and Puff Daddy, and then in high school I got inspired by Eminem. So, you know, I'm a big hip hop junkie, so I take from a lot of people, different categories. So, yeah.
Who can you say that you, not that you sound like, but who could people not confuse you for?
Hear me too, or put me? Well, I'm a conscious rapper. That's the category I'm in. I mean, even though my record was just played on Power 105.1. You know what I mean? And that's mostly like, I love the claps. Yeah. And right now, music is really in the trap generation. That's where the beats are. So me being a conscious rapper and able to flamingo my way into that is a big accomplishment. But I'm a conscious rapper. Like, I'm lyrical. I'm always telling stories. So like I said before, like, Nas is a big influence. But nowadays, like, I like to compare myself to like a J. Cole or a Kendrick Lamar, like one of those MCs.
Okay. In the time that you've been recording, been going to the studio, been promoting your music, what do you find the most challenging part of being in this industry?
Challenging part? I mean, everything's really a challenge. You just always gotta climb that mountain. So I don't know. Like, try to ask that in a different way so I can understand that.
What do you find the hardest part about being in music?
I don't really. I guess it's just
hard. It's not easy.
It is hard.
Just because you was able to make it on the Source magazine and Power 105, all that stuff, doesn't mean that anybody can do that.
No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. And if anybody who follows me and is watching this interview, you understand that I'm constantly on social media. Like, I'll promote so much that I think people get annoyed at me, but that's the way you have to keep the grind up, because you gotta always be in people's mind. Like, they always gotta see you, and it's just psychological. So I'll post every day if it's a new track, if it's like, oh, I just got promoted. I mean, I just got published in the Source magazine, or this or that. You just gotta show people that you're in it and committed. So the challenge is, I guess, knowing the balance of not being annoying and not really, you know what I'm saying, and not falling off while still being on the grind. I guess that's the challenge right there.
I feel like, for me, like, I use Facebook a lot, and I think that people get more annoyed because I'm always posting, like, not religious stuff, but stuff that point to, like, God, and, you know, I mainly do it to motivate myself, really. It's not anything that I'm going through, or just I may like the meme or the post, or I may have gone through something like that and I post it. But then I noticed that I'll have like a certain amount of friends, and then all of a sudden people start unfollowing me. And I'm like, what is it? Am I posting too much about God?
Nah, I just don't. But then you're doing the right thing, because this is what I learned in
Clean out the week, right?
Exactly. This is what I learned in the music industry. Like, if I could get like my post, if I put it on YouTube and I get like 50,000 views, right, and say a percentage don't like my music, because not everybody's like your music. No matter who you are, you could be the top performer, like I could say Madonna or Eminem or any of that. You still got a certain amount that would not like you. So no matter if they like you or not, you just keep doing you, because you have a percentage that's gonna feel you and that's gonna relate to you. So you posting about God, you have a percentage that you might not know who's looking at those posts and like, oh, I feel just like her. So if that's true to your heart and your soul, just keep doing it. That's how I do it.
Let me tell you, if it wasn't for my faith in God, I wouldn't be right here where I'm at right now. If it wasn't for the grace and favor that He has in my life, some people are misinformed and miseducated when it comes to spirituality, because we're Hispanic, and growing up we were raised around like Santeria and stuff like that. I was raised up Catholic. I went into Christianity when I was about 26 years old. I became born again. But it doesn't take away the fact of all the knowledge that I have. So many religions out there. Nobody can say this religion is better than that religion, because I feel like we're all right. Who's my I mean, we can't. I just had to throw that out there, because I know a lot of people on my Facebook, they probably feel like, oh, this girl, what is she? Is she Christian? And my first performance ever was my song Dear God, and people were like, but is she a Christian rapper? Not a good rapper. Is that a performance to my Lord and Savior, because He's the one who got me here.
There you
know
go.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's my belief, and everybody is entitled to their own opinion. You're gonna have a performance. You're gonna perform a song right now, real quick. We're gonna go to commercial break for like 30 seconds, and we'll be right back with you.
Radio station in the world is right here, right now.
LDM Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you C-Rod.
Yeah, I go by the name of C-Rod, and I came out with an album called The Breakup Tape. And this is one of the songs right here. This is called Slept in My Bed. Alright, rock with me. You slept in my bed every night and day. You slept in my bed when you had no place to stay. You slept in my bed, gave you my pillow for your face to lay. You slept in my bed. I was checking in the hotel in Milwaukee the day after my birthday when you called me to talk to me on the phone. Oh, so long it's been since you left me all alone. Once upon a time you was my everything. We were just an engagement ring away from our wedding until you broke up with me and left everything. And when you left me, you didn't leave me with anything except a song to sing. A broken heart without a sling, a yang without a jing, a park without a swing. I now play chess without a queen piece, just prove I could be a king without his queen. Know what I mean? This is when a good thing goes bad, when a sweet thing turns sour. This is gonna get you mad, this is gonna be one of my finest hours. You slept in my bed every night and day. You slept in my bed when you had no place to stay. You slept in my bed, Gave you my pillow for your face to lay. You slept in my bed. You slept over my house when you had no place to stay. Gave you my pillow for your face to lay. Your bad memories I try to erase away. Your demons I even try to chase away. Hey, taught you ways to pray. In the end, couldn't save you, my friend, or stop you from staying away. It was foul and flagrant. You could have been part of my team. Instead you went free like an agent. Now that I'm winning championships back to back, you calling my jack back to back. I press ignore, and you know what's after that? You gonna leave a voicemail, then I'ma delete that. Too late to chit chat. Matter of fact, it's too late to get me back. You slept in my bed every night and day. You slept in my bed when you had no place to stay. You slept in my bed. Gave you my pillow for your face to lay. You slept in my bed. Pass me in the airport and get mad to see how your ex-man got bumped up the first class. I was your Popeye with the green and the spinach. You left me for Bluto because you thought I was finished. Funny, now the joke's on you. I'm getting green like Gumby while these broke horses poke on you. Hold on, did you get that? I said I'm getting green like Gumby while these broke horses poke on you. You said you was only mine, you lied though, you wasn't only mine though. When I was working 60 hours a week, straight commission to move us into a house, you was out sleeping with another dude. Here, now, let me break this down in lamest terms for you. You slept in my bed every night and day. You slept in my bed when you had no place to stay. You slept in my bed. Gave you my pillow for your face to lay. You slept in my bed. There once was a witch who kissed a prince and turned him into a toad. Now his heart is cold like a fridge, living by a G code. Will he ever love again? Maybe so. But for right now, no. You slept in my bed every night and day. You slept in my bed when you had no place to stay. You slept in my bed. Gave you my pillow for your face to lay. You slept in my bed. You was at the funeral of my mom. I thought our bond was deep, but how deep was our bond? If me working extra hours at my job was all it took for you to be gone. I thought you believed in me. Didn't you say you needed me? But in the end, you ended up just leaving me.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you vote for C-Rod, aka Crisis.
There you go. Yep.
On LDMradio.com.
Thank you for having me. LDM Network.
Yes. Thank you for coming to the LDM Network. The
House of Carma.
You guys already know.
The coolest station online. Yeah, that's us. 'Cause we play this.
Oh.
There you go.
So do you guys try?
Radio station in the world. Is right here, right now.
LDM Radio.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen, we do have time for one more performance from C-Rod, aka Crisis.
Right when you thought it was over. Bonus feature.
Carma style, you know. You know this is live, so.
Yeah, This song is called Business. If you got a nosy mother-in-law or a nosy sister-in-law, this song is for them. should've told your mom and your sister to stay out of our business. Out of our business. You should've told your mom and your sister to stay out of our business. Out of our business. Should've told your mom and your sister to stay out of our business. Out of our business. Should've told your mom and your sister to stay out of our business. Out of our business. Why you had to go, leave me like that? When you left, I thought you was gonna come right back. I texted, never did you write back. I thought you loved me, why you had to go do me like that? I taught you how to move, now you with some other dudes having nightcaps. Tears, we was a couple that was together for a year, broken up over the influence of our peers. Your mama and your sister told you I was such a bad guy. That was a lie. If that was true, how come now I'm the one with tears in my eyes? You should've told your mom and your sister to stay out of our business. Out of our business. You should've told your mom and your sister to stay out of our business. Out of our business. You should've told your mom and your sister to stay out of our business. Out of our business. Should've told your mom and your sister to stay out of our business. Your mom and your sister, I'ma expose them. They told you to try to control me. They told you I was a bad guy, but they never even got the chance to know me. Drama with the episodes. If this was your show, this record how I never met your mother. Wasn't allowed. She left without her daughters. Now she uses your older sister to investigate in our business. What is this? I don't get this. Isn't this the same sister who didn't want you to live in a house? Who allowed you to live couch to couch? Wow, sounds foul. Yeah, no doubt. Our business, you should've told your mom and your sister they had to stay out. You should've told your mom and your sister to stay out of our business. Out of our business. Should've told your mom and your sister to